Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing you a best of 3 between inuh and LaLush. Now, this game is part of the ZOTAC tournament, which is held weekly, I believe. This is part of the European ZOTAC tournament, and up until the quarterfinals, I believe it is a best of 1, so both of these guys did make it to the quarterfinal. Inuh is German, I believe. He's our German Terran player on the top of Terminus RE, while LaLush is our red Zerg player on the bottom right. He is Swedish, I believe. Now, both of these players do play at high level. Both of them have competed in some tournaments, and we're going to see what happens. It looks like LaLush isn't going to opt for anything too crazy so far. No 10 pull or anything. Just going to go ahead and macro up to 13 drones. Inuh's not getting anything too crazy. Before I really get too deep into this cast, I just wanted to make sure that you guys couldn't hear my keyboard, because I did just get a new mechanical keyboard, which I really like. But if you could hear my keyboard in the cast, I don't think it's worth it to cast for you guys while you guys hear like clicking all the time. So if you guys do hear something, please feel free to put a comment down below, and I'll try to get it worked out. Now it looks like LaLush is getting his 15 hatch before spawning pool. Nothing up. His drone scout is going in the wrong direction, but he will be able to see with his overlord what's going on. But if this marine is made in time, I think this overlord will be killed. It depends. I think if LaLush is good, he will see the mineral being mined and he'll just pull back. But none so far, and it looks like Inuh's gonna spot his opponent fairly quickly. Basically, the first scout for Inuh, he found his opponent, and it looks like LaLush is gonna save this overlord. Yeah, it looks like Inuh's not even gonna bother. He's sending his first marine out into the base, and it looks like he's probably gonna do a bunker rush of sorts. It's only one barracks right now, so we'll have to see if Inuh does drop a second barracks. And bunker does go down. LaLush does see it, sends one drone to harass this SCV, and the SCV does have to be pulled. Pretty soon we're going to have to see more drones being pulled if Inuh decides to continue with this. And it looks like LaLush is going to get this SCV kill. No, nice micro by Inuh. But I still think he should just cancel this. I don't know if he did cancel it. Resources were lost, but again, canceling does lose resources as well. It's just a bug, I think, that Blizzard hasn't fixed yet. Spawning pool is down. So is the gas. Probably going to see the speed going up for LaLush. Factory on the way for Inuh. Should raise that. Yeah, there we go. No site available. But he did see the reactor, so he should assume reactored Hellions, in my opinion. Just because that's so favorable for Terrans players to go. Especially Terrans with good micro. No second gas up for Inuh yet, but we'll see. A command center going to go down for Inuh. Pretty ballsy, I would say, but they aren't in bad position. Oh man, that was almost bad for Inuh right there. He just dropped his barracks at the perfect time, not letting those Zerglings get in. And 2 Marines were killed, but he should be okay. And look at Inuh's tech is delayed. He wanted to get 2 Hellions out, but he's forced to make a Marine just to hold this off this attack right now. Pulling 2 SCVs to repair. And I think, Inuh will just hold this. And now it's going to be swapped. Should be seeing a tech lab going down on this barracks just to get ready for siege tech as well. Command center halfway done. We see 1 spine crawler up for LaLush, and looks like all he's been doing is droning so far. Income tab. 4 more harvesters for LaLush. He is still getting gas, so maybe he's going to go into banelings or even possibly roaches. And just a lot of drones on the way. He's not scared of his opponent at all. And he is sending in this Overlord 2 scout. This Marine's not going to be able to kill it in time. I think LaLush will be able to see the command center. Yeah, he does see it, so he knows what's going on. And wow, LaLush does move his vision pretty quickly. And now we see a tech lab going down on this factory. Should be seeing another barracks. There we go. And it looks like 3 barracks, 1 factory. Probably not going to move this command center yet, I don't believe. just because he doesn't know what his opponent has. But I guess these Hellions did get a decent scout in. Knows what's going on. I like the Evo Chamber by LaLush blocking off this pathway so that the Hellions are forced to get hit by the Spycrawler. Although I think this placement does let the Spycrawler hit Hellions as well. Yeah, probably. I think another hatchery is going to go down for LaLush, and he has no tech out yet. Is getting his lair tech, getting his gases up, and yeah, the hatchery does go down. Three more Vespane geysers going up, and nice little trick by LaLush, just going to delay inuh's command center from landing. And right now we don't see. Oh, Stim is on the way for inuh. Another reactor, so probably a lot of Marines going to come out. If I were LaLush, I'd just get Baneling's Nest right now, or maybe he just might be going for Infestors right now. I think he is a bit oversaturated in his main. Should look to transfer some of these drones in his expo as well. He's decently saturated. Now, I wonder what inuh's going to follow up with this. He looks like he is going to go Marine, Tank, and wow, inuh's just going to go for his third expo real quick. He has this SCV, there we go. Needs to move the SCV back to work. Lazy SCV, come on, man. And I like LaLush positioning of this Overlord. Going to be able to scout the timing of this base if he decides to go, move it in. Actually, now that I noticed that this map isn't the newest version of Terminus. I think this is because one of the versions of Terminus has destructible rocks, I believe, and into the third, and I'm not seeing it on this map, so maybe I'm mistaken. But I know there is a version of this map that does have backdoor rocks that are destructible. And it looks like all these Lings are just going to clean up these two Hellions, not able to escape. Inuh just lost 200 minerals worth of Hellions. Spire on the way for LaLush. Another macro hatch going down. And we need it. Oh, Baneling's Nest did pop. Gotta see that speed going up for Baneling's. Very effective. And I like the creep spread going on and the movement of the Spinecrawler. Just because there is no possibility to go through any backdoor rocks, that means he is in a perfect position. Especially since this macro hatch blocks any run by into the third. He does have a nice amount of queens here. And I don't believe inuh even has... yeah, he doesn't have blue flames. So he is in a pretty good position. Nice upgrades going up for inuh. He is getting his combat shields. I'd like to see +1 melee and Carapace going down for LaLush, but nothing so far. He is ahead in food supply right now, and in terms of army, pretty even, I would say. Seems to be in favor of inuh right now. Income tab definitely in favor of LaLush, although the mules are helping inuh fight the -11 deficit in workers. And actually, I think this positioning is more for drops, because look at, wow, perfect, really good positioning by LaLush. I really like it, and it looks like he's going to grab his fourth. Let me just see his vision real quick. And if you guys notice, he has his opponent surrounded, basically. Oh, here we go. Muta's in the main. But, wow, this is really nice spread of his Overlords just to see any kind of attack going on. And can he stop the combat shields? No, it's going to be pushed back by these Marines. Pretty open natural, though. Gonna take a lot of shots at these SCVs, but mules do come down. Probably just gonna back off for now. LaLush should just back up. Yeah, no use in losing all these mutas, but trapped. Very nice play by inuh. He's gonna try to go through the middle, but a stim is popped. I think LaLush is able to save him. Nice, very good maneuver. And Lush is now getting his creep spread going. His fourth did go down. And again, I just want to reiterate, this spread of his Overlords is amazing. No Banshee harass is going to come through without him noticing. No drop play running through this like back end. Pretty well covered map so far for LaLush. Although he could move these Overlords, but I mean he's got pretty good positioning as so far. No upgrades. Oh, +1 Carapace is up for LaLush. He is getting melee right now, and +1 flyer attack. It's nice to see him go for upgrades, but it looks like inuh has +2 on the way for attack and +1 vehicle ground weapons. Now, I'd like to see Inu actually do some harassment, because it's a very bad idea to let a Zerg player macro like this. I've seen a lot of people actually complain recently that Zerg is overpowered, and I kind of agree with that, but it's mostly in my opinion that players don't harass enough, because as long as you don't let Zerg just sit around and macro, then you're actually in a really good position. Zerg's units are really cheap, and even though people like saying that they re-max super quickly, if a Zerg player isn't getting his larva injects and is just forgetting, then he could actually be put in a really bad position. Not that I'm saying that like Zerg isn't imba right now, because I actually kind of feel that infestors are just really strong. But I mean, if you guys, if Terran players were to harass, maybe use medevacs. Whoa, I just noticed Inu has no medevacs in this army, and it's like LaLush is just gonna go for the main, is gonna do some harassment. I don't know why he's just going for turrets. He could just do a lot of harassment on these reactors. Ooh, nice Thor shots going on. Repair needs to go on for Inu. He's gonna lose this Thor right here unless he repairs. Nice. Look at all these invincible Thor right here. No, he dropped. No, repair. Oh, Inu just lost it for a little there. Marines are just gonna clean up this army, and it looks like LaLush is gonna go away with a lot of damage done. But it's very odd that right now Inu has no medevacs out on the field, and medevacs just extend the life of these Marines by so much. But like I was saying, I mean, if Terran players harassed more, they'd be in good position. LaLush is gonna do a lot of damage here, but is taking a lot of damage himself. Look at all these turrets going up. Nice positioning by Inu, but he might be overcompensating for these turret placements. And it's like Inu's just gonna A-move, gonna lose a lot of units. Need better tank spread by Inu just so that he gets the maximum damage done. And it looks like LaLush is gonna move in again, but so many Marines just sitting there waiting. We still see no medevacs for Inu, but 11 Marines being built at a time. I like the macro of both players right now. LaLush is almost maxed out, as well as Inu. Inu 30 supply away. And it looks like LaLush is going to transition to infestor play. We see medevacs coming up for Inu now. And it looks like Hive is almost done for LaLush. So we should be seeing a transition into either Broodlord or Ultralisk. He does have +1/+1. And it looks like +2/+2 is on the way. Flyer attack level 2 is almost done. And if I was betting, I would say probably going to go Broodlords, just because of the flyer attack. And it looks like all these Marines are going to die, but not before taking out a decent amount of Zerglings. And Lush is getting his 5th and 6th base right now. And it looks like Inu's going to try to expand right here. I would say this is a smarter decision, because as a Terran player, you can't really get a hidden Expo just because you're so immobile. And it looks like Lush did try to do some harassment in the back. And he's going to go in again. He's going to try to pick off a couple of Spidey Blows, but no dice. And it looks like Lush is going to go for a surround right now. Going to force his opponent into this small pocket. Missile turrets going up. And it looks like he's just going to run into the main. Going to pick off a bunch of Marines right here, but ooh, so many Banelings going down. These Zerglings are actually going to get their money's worth if they can do a lot of damage to these SCVs. But nice placement of Marines by Inu. Just going to pick off that Zergling squadron. And I think LaLush just took too much damage in the middle right there. Just tanks firing everywhere. And it looks like LaLush is going to do some tank damage right here. Kill a couple tanks. He's going to lose a lot of these mutants though, I think. So many mutants going down, but so many tanks going down for Inu. And it looks like LaLush is just going to back out. Right now, Inu needs to do some damage on these bases before his opponent maxes out too much. Greater Spire is on the way. Infantry weapons level 3 and ground armor is also on the way. Nice fungal growth right here. Going to trap him for the Banelings, but again, not cost efficient. Inu needs to move in with all these units right now and do a ton of damage. We got some mutants just sitting in the back and transferring drones by LaLush. Army count is 150, or food supply is 159 for LaLush, 174 for Inu. Both players playing. I would say Inu's in a pretty good position right now. He needs to get his bases up though. He's behind in economy by a lot right now. I don't think he even knows about his opponent's extra bases. No. LaLush has 2 bases that Inuh doesn't know anything about. And still, look again at this Overlord placement by LaLush. He knows what expos are going to be taken. But no, it looks like Inuh is going to move in on this base. Nice fungal growth. Wow, so many Marines are just dying right there. Very nice play by LaLush. He is sacrificing a couple drones, but he did push that attack very nicely. Very good play, but I'd like to see medevacs out for Inuh. I don't see any at all, actually. And wow, just look how many minerals LaLush is sitting on right now. And this is again what I was trying to say, like LaLush doesn't have that much larva where he could like instantly max out. I mean, he could just kind of try to remax on Zerglings, but I think he'd rather just get quality units right now. Going for 4 Broodlords, more Corruptors on the way. He's establishing another base right here. I like the map dominance of LaLush right now. And it looks like these mutas are going to be spotted. Gonna move all these Marines over here. And again, the reason I say medevacs are needed is because right there, Inuh could have stimmed and taken out a couple of these mutas. And he would have been able to heal himself. But since he knew he didn't have medevacs, he couldn't heal himself, so he didn't even bother stimming. Looks like the base is going to try to go up again, but nice fungal. Gonna block this off. Broodlord's still on the way right here. 3 ground level or melee and carapace level 3 haven't finished, haven't even started yet. Flyer level 1 is on the way for LaLush. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I just had a burp. And I like Inuh's slow push of the middle, but again, I'd like him to just go for an economic advantage right now. He's so far behind, in my opinion, just in terms of bases. LaLush has 80 harvesters right now, even though a lot are dying. These Broodlords are going to do a lot of work right now. LaLush Inuh has not been making any Vikings at all. Just Marines, straight Marines, and these are going to die so quickly to these Broodlords. He needs Vikings or Ghosts, but nothing so far. Even if he stims these Marines, they can't even get there. There we go. I would like to see LaLush do some fungals on these units right here. Just fend off the Broodlords, and it looks like, yeah, Inuh just has to back out. He's in a pretty bad position right now. Would like to see more Vikings from him. These 3 Vikings right here aren't enough because LaLush does have these Corruptors and a lot of Infestors over here. And I think this might be it. Inuh's at 148 supply. LaLush is maxed out right now. And I think this Planetary Fortress is going to go down. Even all these Marines stimming in trying to focus fire aren't going to be able to do anything. And yeah, SCV's being pulled just to try to repair, but no dice. 10 Marines again on the way for Inuh. And I think that's probably GG. Inuh just stayed on this tech, Marine tech, way too long. He should have anticipated his opponent was going to transition out of Zergling tech. Zergling, Baneling, Muta, not so good endgame. You just want to get those Corruptors and just slow push. But wow, nice push back by Inuh. Looks like LaLush didn't have enough energy on his Infestors and is being pushed back right now. But again, Inuh is still 50 supply behind. I don't think he should be pushing right here. He should just take his advantage and go back to base. But look at the income right now. Inuh's just so far behind. He has 47 harvesters to LaLush's 84. LaLush is just sitting on so many bases right now. Although, whoa, I wonder what happened here. Maybe I just missed a drop. Sorry, guys. I didn't even notice. But it looks like LaLush is in a really good position right now. Still has a lot more bases. Oh, it looks like a drop is incoming. I can't see the pathing on this. I guess Inuh's just going to try to go for a drop in. He assumed there was a base here or something. And it looks like all these Broodlords are going to try to push in. Not too many units for Inuh. I don't see any. I like these that LaLush did get more Infestors just to use that fungal on. We're going to see a drop over here in the expo of LaLush. That damage was taken earlier by the siege tanks, and it looks like LaLush is just going to slow move his way across Terminus right now. Drop does go down, and this base is going to be taken out, but again, wow, actually, Inuh is pretty far behind it in terms of minerals. I thought he still had that 5,000 saved up, but it looks like he spent a lot of it on these units on the field. And it looks like Inuh's just going to try to pick off these Broodlords, but again, you need some Vikings. But LaLush is so prepared with these Corruptors. And it looks like Inuh's just going to try to repair his Planetary Fortress, no dice. And it looks like that drop did get fended off pretty well. A lot of those Marines dies except these two. Probably going to scout out these bases down here. And I like the positioning by LaLush. He's just going to sit back and remax again before he pushes. I don't like that. Losing Infestor is really bad thing right now. He just needs to hit these Broodlords just to sit back. Not a good decision by LaLush, I don't believe, but I guess he just wants to end this game. He's in a very good position right now. Just killed all those SCVs, all those tanks, and Marines are going down. And Inuh's at a very bad supply disadvantage right now. Nothing can make him come back. Not even a single Marine just doing damage right there. And this is probably going to be GG from Inuh. 32 Zerglings are on the way for LaLush. Infested Terran, we're being called down. And I think we should be seeing it pretty soon. Yeah, that Marine did die. And it looks like Inuh's just mined out right now. He's in a pretty bad spot. I don't know what he hopes to do. And he does call GG. Well played. And I'm just going to go back real quick just to see if I can spot where that drop happened. I'm really sorry for missing it. I didn't even realize. Or maybe it was a transfer of drones, but I don't think so. Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah, there we are. Maybe that's why I was criticizing Inuh for having no medevacs, but I guess while this whole middle part was going on, Inuh was just dropping in places I wasn't even paying attention. So sorry I missed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Barney signing off.